And on success, dreams in the making. I grinded for it, seems like an eternity. Now I know what it takes to make it. EYG the label, EYG the brand. EYG the label, and EYG the brand. Just elevate your grind. Exclusive young G's, put the city on our back. Grinding through the mud, climb up out the strong. Elevated status on done. EYG the label, EYG the brand.
And they back.
Yo.
Hey, we back. Hey, it's been a while, but we back in this thing, man. How y'all boys doing?
Pretty good, man.
Yes, sir. Good, Representative. I know you're tied up right now. Where you at?
I'm at a conference at the Robert Trent Jones Grand National Hotel. The Alabama Forestry Association has a conference, a seminar going on for a few days. So I'm out here relaxing, chilling out, still doing my summer school stuff. So this is a way for me to kind of, it's like home away from home because it's a resort. So, you get to chill out, hang out, the phone, the internet barely work. You don't have your bars and all that stuff like that. So if you in the room with Wi-Fi, so it's hard for you to get signal. So it's probably good, right? Because I can't respond to people.
Yeah,
you get
a chance to really unplug.
Yeah.
You can really say I ain't get that message. I ain't get that call.
Exactly. And you won't be lying to them.
That's right.
Yeah. So Jizzle.
What's up, Flip?
Jizzle James, boy. Hey, look, since the last podcast, the album dropped.
Right on. Shout out to it.
We was promoting it, up until the last one. So, man, I love it. The wait was long, but it got here. You know what I'm saying? I got my favorite tracks. You gotta walk us through. You know what I'm saying? The whole process of the album, what went into the album, and just the process of picking the songs, because I know you got multiple songs that didn't make the cut. So,
right.
What was the process?
Bro, man, this has been a process, man, of pre-COVID, during COVID, and after COVID, for real. So it got, it got a lot of different vibes to it that, I was really going through during certain parts of it, and, decided to express myself, through the art. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got Life Story with me, talking to the people about, where I came from, how I really came up. You got the Man on a Mission, you know what I'm saying? Staying down, staying dedicated, always, locked in and focusing and where I'm headed to. You know what I'm saying? Headspace with my boy Harlan. Shout out to him, man. That just, we all get into our headspace sometimes and gotta, let vent and let it out. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's good, whether it's bad, just let it out, let it breathe. The On Back, you know what I'm saying? I put that out, during COVID just to keep people, locked and loaded. I ain't even got to see it, followed by Ferocious Vibes, you know what I'm saying? That just, shouting out to y'all boys, man, you know what I'm saying? Letting them know how, a lot of people started, man, on this journey with us, bro. They didn't make it through, you know what I'm saying? Some we had to leave on the wayside, come back and get them when it's time to come back and get them. You know what I'm saying? So you go from that, man, you go to, shoot, man, a song I really, a true story, Holy Trap, Holy God, you know what I'm saying? Me and, I don't put no names out there, but somebody really did inspire that. So that was a real live true story, man. I just had a conversation and locked into somebody I, really rocked with back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to ask you about that because a couple of them, we talked to when you was making it, or you let us hear some of it while you was working on.
Right on.
But a lot of it was a surprise. So that one was a surprise to me, and it was different from the whole Rockstar Jizzle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like storytelling.
Yeah.
This boy out here telling stories.
Yeah, I had to tell true stories, man.
So I was like, man, I wonder what went into that, what made him use that story to tell. And you ain't say no, of course, no name. You just said, OG or whatever you called him in the song. But
right.
What made you feel like that story was, the right one to tell? Because you could have chose a bunch.
Right. And that's just, man, based off of, you don't really know, bro, people's situations or what they've been through or what they encounter in life, and the knowledge that you can really, get from them. And, you know what I'm saying? People who can teach you things that you may never say stuff to you that you never could thought would stick to you. But that definitely a conversation, and it was multiple conversations. So it just, I took tad bits of it, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, as far as anybody, how to try to bring it to light, you know what I'm saying, and shed a little light on that, man. Just give people a little intertwined, man. Don't never try to judge nobody. Don't never try to, look down upon nobody just based off of their situation, because you don't really know who they was before they going through what they going through, man, and what they can instill in you at the same time. So that really was easy, you know what I'm saying, to really tell, man. You know what I'm saying, really want to keep going, but I just want to give a tad bit in the sense of a story, you know what I'm saying, that it may be to be continued, you know what I'm saying, just to give people an insight of, how it can really be.
Yeah, I felt like you were flirting with just that style of the art, because it was something I ain't never heard you do.
Right on.
Yeah, I want to hear more of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's plenty more of them, man, in the chamber, man. Just had to pull one out the pot real quick.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that visual too.
Oh yeah. Hey, by the time they see this one, they already have it. They will already have it by the time they see this one, brother.
Yes, sir. You know all right. So, back to Representative. Oh yeah, I got my shirt on. It's almost that time.
But don't forget my favorite song, "How We Living Now."
He didn't bring it.
Oh yeah, "How We Living," the bonus track. The bonus track.
The bonus one, and shout out to that Confessions of a Fantasy too, man. Still looking for a female to jump on that open verse, man. But you know what I'm saying, man, how we living, bro. That it's crazy, like I tell y'all boys, man. We know how long that song really been recorded. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our bro Drew, man, who kept pushing for the last couple of years to, hey, bro, drop it. You know what I'm saying? And the timing went right with certain things as far as when I put out the other projects, you know what I'm saying? So we can't make a song like that talking about, we in the yacht, summertime vibes, but it's fall, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't go with the theme. So this one
can't drop that when you ain't never been on a boat.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, man, that one just, man, I don't know, bro. That one, I feel like that one it's directly, we talking to him, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking through y'all boys, man. We manifesting on parts of stepping out the PJ presidential status, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to the governor of Mississippi, my partner, but shout out to the representative himself, gonna be the president. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Hey, it really, bro, talks to them about us, bro. In a sense, bro. It really. If they want to know about us, bro, pop that in. You know what I'm saying? And motivating everybody, bro, from where we from to hey. But don't y'all forget. Don't y'all forget who really started this thing. Right? Don't y'all forget, baby. Shout out to everybody, but hey, don't y'all forget who really started this thing. So yeah, man.
well, we didn't start it. We too young to start it, but we just took it to a different level.
Yeah, man.
We elevated it.
Yeah, we elevated. Yeah.
So yeah, bro. We're gonna dissect the album on another episode too, because I want to get deeper into it, but we got to get to our guests. Yes, and last time we didn't get a chance to show this video that Representative had a chance to be a part of, and it was the lynching memorial that they placed in front of the courthouse, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the courthouse square. Yeah,
mm-hmm. The square. Mm-hmm. And I want you to just tell us about that and what it stands for and what it meant to you, to actually to be a part of that.
You catch a wave that doesn't subside. This for the nappy heads in heaven, with a nappy head Christ by their side. I pray you catch a wave that doesn't subside. This for the nappy heads in heaven, with a nappy head Christ by their side. Yeah. May your streets be paved with gold. Yeah. Hope my whole hood make it home. Yeah. May your streets be paved with gold. Yeah. Hope my whole hood make it home. Yeah, cause the world can be toxic, especially when your skin look like chocolate. At one point they sold us for profit, but we made it out of the gauntlet we chosen. Yeah. Oh my mama, the south side still holding. Yeah. Go for broke for the ones that are broken. Yeah. Please don't make me no hashtag or slogan. My whole hood is golden. That's why.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yes,
We do not
sir.
own the rights to that song, YouTube, so don't be flagging our video.
Style
You
us
know.
out. Style us out.
Yeah, so fill us in on that for the ones who may not know exactly what went into that and what it stood for.
Yeah, so Brian Stevenson, the movie that Just Mercy is about, the attorney from Alabama who kind of helped all these people who was wrongly convicted, was on death row. He started what we call is EJI, and that's the Equal Justice Initiative in Montgomery, Alabama. And he created EJI project where we actually go into different counties. They do research, and through data and things of that nature, they kind of calculate how many approximately, because they don't really know how many unlawful lynchings there were in like Lee County or Macon County or wherever it may be. And so once you go through this process, create a nonprofit and all of that, soil sample and all of these metrics, then at the end you get the marker. And so I can't really take credit for it. It was the two college students, Olivia and Ashley. Ashley's from Alabama. I think Olivia is from Connecticut. One is white, one is black. Both of them are at a doctoral program at Auburn University, and they felt the need to actually bring this into fruition. They've been working on it for 3 years. I think I caught them around their second year, and so I was just very intrigued on what they were trying to do as college students. Because I was in college, I wasn't trying to do things in the community, and really trying to really solidify myself as a student, right? Basically saying that I was here. And so I really wanted to help them with this mission, with this goal, with this accomplishment. And I was just really happy to be along for the ride and just to see the hard work, because they were told no a lot. Like no one wants to admit to a lynching happening in your county. So that everybody was getting them to run around. We had to do letters and soil samples. They did so much research that is almost pinpoint everything that they're saying. And when you kind of look at really what was happening in that time with those lynchings, it really had nothing to do with people doing good or bad. It was really about the hijacking of black people land, right? That's what it was about, right? So if you had 2,000 acres of land, yeah, you raped my daughter, or you touched this person, or you did this, and it was a way to basically run black people out of the state, right? And then claim their land. And when you kind of think about it, even now, you families, you talk about all this land that they had back in the day that someone took or they didn't take care of or through property tax. So when you kind of think about just the black plight in general, it's all about, trying to take what we have. And I think that that's what this was really about. The lynchings happened, we were hated, but man, we had so many talents. We had land, we had skills, everything that was post Reconstruction. If it would have stayed like that, we would have been the millionaires and the billionaires, right? We had all the skills.
They took the generational wealth from us.
Yeah, so
right.
To understand what really happened and then come back years later to basically just say, we understand what happened. We know we can't right the wrong because they're all dead, but we want to acknowledge that this happened in Lee County and that we need to move forward as a city and as a county. So I was just really glad to be a part of it. And I praise them each and every day, because if I was 23 years old, even if I was 25 years old, I wasn't thinking about anything of that nature. I was maybe thinking about going to Miami, South Beach, some of that nature, right? So to have young people, young people really, engaged in that was big for me to be a part of.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro, that was huge.
That's dope too.
I wanted to shine light on it, even though it happened a few weeks back. We didn't get a chance to talk about it last time, but
Yeah.
I had to get it in there because that means a lot, especially coming from a small town in Alabama. We know the history of Alabama in itself.
Right.
For them to step up and kind of make that nod to their wrongdoings is big.
And they do it everywhere. They don't just do it in Alabama. They do it in other states as well.
Yeah.
So the same time we had our ceremony, I think Oklahoma had a ceremony and some other place had a ceremony. So, that's one thing about Alabama. We ain't known for anything else. We known for history.
The wrong history.
The wrong history. The wrong history.
Yeah, that's real.
It's dope though to see all them different, people out there too though, bro.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Just see, you know what I'm saying? You can tell it was big, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people acknowledge it, man. That's dope too though.
Oh yeah. So next point, Curtis House. Want to talk about the grand opening?
Yeah, we having a ribbon cutting. So the Curtis House is part of the chamber, the Opelika Chamber of Commerce, and so part of being a member is when we get ready to reveal or unveil our the completeness, right? Because people have been to the Curtis House, but this is going to be the complete model where we're going to try to finish the landscape in the house. We're going to do a ribbon cutting on August the 6th at 4 p.m. So if you are in town or you've donated or you even like the picture or you just want to be connected, we want you to come out and join us as we cut the ribbon and officially open the Curtis House. Even though we've been doing things the whole time, this will be officially open. The house will be done. We're doing the last stages of the house, connecting the plumbing, and me and Jock, because Jock is on the board, we're working on the landscaping. So it's gonna be a nice time. It's not necessarily a party or anything. We just wanted to just officially open it up and kind of have a ceremony.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, man. I got to buy my ticket. I'm glad I asked you that question.
Yeah.
It's August 6th, correct?
August 6th at 4 p.m.
August 6th at 4 p.m. All right, we'll be there. We'll be there. All right, so I was going to bring up sports, but I'm going to wait till we bring our guest in to talk about these sports. So we're going to go ahead and bring him in. He's been in the green room for 17 minutes now.
All right, sipping martinis.
Yeah, he done drunk all the water and ate all the wings and all that back there. So we're going to bring him in. So I guess for this episode, man, is a friend of mine, dear friend of mine that I met through Mark Ellis, who is the owner and director of Game Changing Films. Me and Jeremy had a chance to work with that company through the show Necessary Roughness, and went on to do a bunch of other projects. And I met this guy here, this gentleman, through one of the projects, and we kind of just connected and kept pushing. So when I met him, his name was Theo. I just knew him as a guy who had just came out of NFL, and years later, I call him XL now. His name is XL the Scholar, and he's an artist. So we wanted to bring on the artist to kind of collab and tie in with Jizzle releasing his album, and just kind of keep those vibes going. So let me bring him in from the green room.
Yeah.
Hey. What's happening, King?
I done ate all the wings, drank all the water.
Yeah. Somebody getting fired.
I've been there a long time.
Yeah, bro. Hey, we had a maid that was supposed to come back there and get you right, but we got a fire.
We'll talk offline. My people will call your people.
All right, cool.
That's all you gotta do.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, man. First and foremost, let me just say what an honor it is to be on here with y'all. Just hearing all the magnificent things that y'all are doing and the impactful things, man. Like it's truly special to have a group of Black men kind of coming together for something positive, and for y'all to be so impactful in what y'all are deciding to do is absolutely huge. So thank y'all for having me, man. For real.
Man, listen, bro.
No problem. Appreciate you coming, bro.
We brought you on here because you fit in, bro. You know what I'm saying? You stand for what we stand for. That's why me and you, that's why we meshed like immediately when we met.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So let's take it back a little further. Mm-hmm. You were you born in New York?
Yeah, I was born up in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Raised in Connecticut, school in Massachusetts, then came down to Georgia to play football.
Yeah, you went to GSU, correct?
Yeah, went down to Georgia State.
So talk
Georgia
about that,
State.
bro. You know, a guy that's, got the New York roots, Connecticut roots, and then he ended up in Atlanta, Georgia, bro. At Georgia
Like a
State.
culture shock.
Yeah. I was not ready when I first got down here, man. First things first, it was the heat. And so, like, up north, when it's football season, it's about August, you know what I'm saying, going into September, it's cooling down. So I came down here with my Timbs. I came down here like winter clothes ready. And then I was like grossly underprepared for this summertime, and that it was going to last until November. So it was just awful, man. But it was a wonderful culture shock. It was great to just be around my people instead of like up north where you're kind of in pockets of us. Like down here, it's just everything's black and it's all black success and it's all different, diverse types of black. So I was at home as soon as I got down here, man. Aside from the heat.
Yeah, bro. It's literally the Mecca. You came to the Mecca of America. So I just knew that would change your life. I'm sure it changed your life in some negative ways for a little while too, until you got adjusted.
You know what? The good thing is that I came down here after transferring from UMass, so I was a smooth like 20 or 21. Now, if I had been down here at 17, 18, it's curtains. They would have got the best of me. The Magic City, the Wings, the women, it would have been curtains for me. No football, no nothing.
Oh, you'd have been Magic City Lou.
Oh, yeah. Give me the
All flex.
So what made you make the transition to Georgia State from UMass?
Well, effectively, it was a growing up that had to happen, man. And when I was at UMass, when you start playing football, you're kind of still in that mentality that your coach is your guy and he's looking out for the best for you, and you have this like male mentor figure. But effectively, we had a new coaching staff come into UMass, and that was not the case in the slightest. And it threw me for a loop because I was like, wait a minute. The coach is supposed to be on our side. Like, what's going on here? And it really just helped me to realize that this is a business. And part of their understanding of the business was rebranding of UMass. And to do that, got to cut the heads off the snakes. And at that point in time, I was about to be captain. Like I had a budding career. Like I was playing games consistently. I was doing my thing. However, the attitude in which I had in regards to the team and us unifying and us being vocal about things that we didn't necessarily agree with wasn't conducive to what they were trying to do. So effectively, I had to make a exit stage left. So I came down to Georgia State, and it was all love from there, man.
Hey, look, my brother said conducive. I don't know if you learned that at UMass or Georgia State, but
I got no put words out there.
That might be a UMass word.
That's a UMass.
Yes, sir.
It went conducive.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what it is now at 35, but
Gotta Google that.
So you came to Georgia State and did your thing too. You know what I'm saying? You led in a bunch of stats for the D line, and then you got your opportunity with the Falcons, correct?
Yeah. I wanted to stay in Atlanta, to be honest with you, and it just kind of worked out. So then the Falcons picked me up, and it was a beautiful learning experience. I had a blast, and I got an opportunity to say that I was a 1%er yet again, and got the opportunity to play at the highest level, play against some of the dopest that have ever done it, play with some of my idols. OCU Manura was my teammate, which is crazy because like I came up watching the Giants defensive line, watching how it kind of changed the game from these kind of big, slow defensive linemen to this unit of fast guys with him and Strahan and Tuck and all of them. And I'm like, yo, that's what I want to be. And so to be sitting in meetings with them and for us to be cracking jokes on the sidelines, it was like it was an amazing experience, man.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
dope, bro.
So what do you think was the cause of the Falcons releasing you, bro?
Okay, there was.
Hold on.
Allegedly.
Before you tell the story,
Allegedly.
we're gonna play a little video for the people.
Okay, play the video first, and then I'll talk about it.
My son on the field after the Super Bowl with Eric Mangini and myself after we won the Super Bowl. That's my daughter right there. So keep the away from my daughter, Black Moses. Black Moses. That's my 30-year-old daughter right there. How old are you, Cox? 46. I told you I started fucking when I was 10. One of the guys on the team, Theo Agnew, somehow, I don't know how, befriended my daughter on Instagram. So I told him, if you even remotely thinking that that's possible that you could date, hell no. No. I don't play about my daughter. I got 4 daughters. I don't play about my daughter. But what if they genuinely love each other? I don't play about my daughter. What's that got to do with you? Get the love. You don't. That has nothing to do with you. What does that have to do with you? You've lived your life. Yeah, it's her life. You've lived your life. Let me tell all y'all something. That sound good. The fuck what y'all talking about. When it comes to my fucking kids, it's on.
This guy here, Georgia State.
Let me just say, for the record, it was a misunderstanding. All right. May it have played a part? I'm not sure. But effectively, a young lady had added me on social media, and then we were just talking. And she was like, oh, like my father works for the team. And I'm like, okay. I didn't know if it was true. And I didn't know anything. But, you know, the way it got back to him was that I was out here going after his daughter. So you already know your teammates gonna make it worse. So you got OC talking about, coach, what if they in love? And then
I don't care about none of that.
And then we going through drills, and they like, hey, good job, Theo, good job. Call him pops, call him dad-in-law, and all of that stuff. And I'm like, yo, y'all are making this terrible for me. You know what I mean? So
I don't know if that was the sole reason, but I'm sure it had a little something.
It may have played a part.
Especially Brian Cox. Now, come on. Now.
I don't know if that helped me out. I don't know if that helped.
And the crazy thing is, I remember that, bro. I didn't know. Shoot, that's crazy.
I didn't know. So when you're doing Hard Knocks, like everything is recorded, right? So from the locker rooms, like every facet of life is recorded. So I'm just going through my regular practice and all of that stuff, and then people start blowing up my phone. Dog, you hollering at the coach's daughter? I'm like, what? What you talking about? They're like, dog, they played it on Hard Knocks last night. I'm like, yo, my father's calling me. Like, they talking about it on the Georgia State radio, on the local radio out here. I'm like, oh my God, making me look crazy.
You're making news for the wrong reason.
Hey, man, no press is bad press, but that may have been a little bit bad at that point in time as a rookie.
Yeah, as a rookie. Maybe if you was a vet, you know.
Yeah. If I was a vet, it may have been a little bit different, but yeah, not as a rookie.
Yeah, okay. So that journey came to an end.
Mm-hmm.
And was Game Changer Films the next thing?
Was it? I don't think so. Well, you know what? It might have been. Mm-hmm. I think I had came back to Georgia State because I wanted to finish my degree. So I came.
Oh,
come on now.
Yeah, all right.
I'm trying to blow you up.
So I come back to Georgia State to finish my degree, and at that point in time, like a bunch of my friends are taking off musically. And you know, when you're in the dorms and whatnot, like you freestyle with folks and all of that. And so, you know, at this point, that football is kind of in the background. They're like, yo, we got to get you back in the studio. And so I'm finishing my degree, and then I begin to go to the studio with them. And then it's just one thing after another. And then the music career starts taking off. And then Game Changing Films came when I was finishing up at Georgia State. And a role had came across for football players. And then that's when we got in touch with Mark Ellis. And then, you know, it was curtains from there.
Yeah. So I remember, you know what I'm saying? Because when you came on, I had been out of college for a little minute. So, you know, I kind of took the big brother role to the younger guys that I meshed with. And I remember just chopping it up with you. And I might recall you saying one time when we were like leaving, you know, everybody like, well, what you about to do? He said, oh, I'm about to go to the studio.
Yeah.
But it was just that. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm recording a song, or you know, like going to the studio in Atlanta is like going to a restaurant. Everybody go to the studio. So it never dawned on me that you were like making music during this time.
Yeah.
And then one day out of the blue, like maybe a year later, I get a text, and it's like a little audio PDF, and I'm like, what is this? Yeah. And I click it, and you singing, and I'm like, man, who is this singing? And I'm like, bro, Theo, is this you? He was like, yeah, XL, bro, XL the Scholar. And I'm like, what? This dude can sing, man? Yeah.
Yo,
So
crazy
what?
story. Crazy story. So about that song, that first song was called "Fall Through," and so I go to the studio with my homies, and again, like these were just my friends. Like they had been doing music much longer than me, so they're trying to tell me to take it seriously. But at this point, they're taking off. So it's OG Parker, Mac Nell, all of these guys, and so we go in the studio with Grammy-winning Ralph Cacciuri, and I'm wide-eyed the whole time. I'm looking at all the plaques and whatnot. And I had this song written down. I'm like, all right, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And in walks this dude with this big old fro and this with mad food. I think he's about to get like 10 or 12 hours in the studio. So I say, what's up or whatever, and he keeps it moving. And Ralph was like, oh, you know him? I was like, nah. And he was like, yeah, that's Crit. I said, like, Crit who? Is? Nah, that's Big Crit. I said, what? Nah, son. And so Big Crit is there when I record my very first song. And I'm like, yo, it's in the stars, man. Like, this is what's supposed to happen. You know what I mean? So we record Fall Through, the record drops, and it absolutely skyrockets, man. And that was the beginning of the journey.
Bro, Fall Through is still one of my favorites, yo.
Yeah.
When I introduce people to XL, I play 2 songs. Well, it depends on who I'm introducing. If I'm introducing one of my homies, I'll play anything.
Right.
If I'm introducing a young lady to XL the Scholar, I play Fall Through, and I play God Showed Out.
Can't go wrong.
God Showed Out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you get done watching this podcast, I need y'all to go to the iTunes, Spotify, whatever it may be. I need you to do 2 things. I need you to download Hot Commodity by Jizzle James if you don't got it. If you don't got it, you running a little late. And I want you to download God Showed Out by XL the Scholar. Your life will be changed by both of those downloads.
Forever.
So I gotta go get that XL the Scholar right now.
Bro, go get it, bro.
I was about to say, I got yours written down right now. You already said what you did.
So what was the process with God Showed Out?
I think what we're tasked with at this point in time is being storytellers, right? So being creatives, we have to figure out what story it is that we want to tell. Now, oftentimes when you're surrounded by other creatives, we are almost pushed or coaxed into emulating what they got going on or who we deem to be successful and trying to do what they do. But that's not necessarily your story. And the thing about being an artist is authenticity is paramount. Everybody can always tell if you're being authentic to who you are. So after I dropped the first tape, it was Love, and it was dope. And I did things that I knew would hit, but it wasn't necessarily the story that I needed to tell at that point in time. So by the time God Showed Out comes around, I want to tell the story about Black love. I want to tell the story about Black intimacy, not Black sex, Black intimacy. Because we've heard the sex songs. We've heard the let me do this, let me do that to you, let me lick you, touch you. We know that part already, right? But how is it that we can make women feel empowered, feel heard, feel appreciated? And then how can you say something that doesn't just say it directly, but makes her feel it? You know what I mean? So when I was creating God Showed Out, like that's what I was thinking about. Like, yo, when God made Black women, he showed out. He wasn't playing. And so I needed to kind of articulate that, and I feel like I did. And then by the time I got to the rap verse, I'm like, okay, now you heard me sing it. Now let me tell you about yourself in a different perspective.
Yeah, you hit it with all the Cole references.
Yeah. And that was cool because I was like, yo, so the fellas are gonna like it because they're gonna hear all these punches and all these references. The ladies are gonna love it because you're still hearing this story that I'm telling, right? And then once you put those Cole references together, it's like, yo, this is a crazy sequence. It's just tough as a whole song, like from its structure to the sequencing in the rap verse, like it's tough. I'd be surprised at myself. Like I go back and listen, I'd be like, yo, you was wilding that day.
You was on.
Yeah, I was on.
Bro, that God Showed Out, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know, man, listen, that's one of my favorite songs like ever made. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to when people ask me about R&B artists, and you're kind of a bonus because you flow too, you know. But when people ask, I always say, you know, like, who your favorite? I say XL the Scholar and Sir. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they drop, it's gonna be a hit.
Yeah.
You know, so we got a couple of visuals. We got one visual that's more the R&B vibe and one that's more the hip hop vibe. Yeah. And I love the hip hop vibe, by the way. It's called Genesis.
Yeah.
So let's drop this right quick.
Okay, let's do it.
We drain the success in the city. It's bottles on bottles, that's why we keep pouring up. I got a list of demands, I need this shit in advance. The money won't fit in my hands. I drew with this stick in the sand. You crossing the line, you should say goodbye to the fam. I feel like I'm shifting the balance, I'm lacking the challenge. You niggas ain't rapping enough. Talentless verses and catchy hooks in a whole room full of niggas that's gassing you up. I guess that's reality. No love for the music, just songs for the salary. Only GQ at the table, everybody eating, and now we ain't counting the calories. That's why I just say what it is. Coming they next and they say let them live. Praying on niggas like grace so they know that I'm at them like God gave a rib. It's the Genesis. It's only the Genesis. Killing shit from the beginning, my niggas. It's only the Genesis.
Only the Genesis.
Only the Genesis. Killing shit from the beginning. From the beginning.
Yes, sir.
So that was the intro to the last project, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the intro to Trinity. Yeah, man.
Phenomenal intro.
Thank you. I appreciate it. There was so many people. Well, a lot of folks were like, "Yo, like we love the R&B, but we need to hear these bars again too." And I'm like, let me show y'all I still got it now. It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, that's the thing, because it's really a blessing, bro, because you do R&B well. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, oh, and by the way,
yeah,
I rap too. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's like, it's kind of like how Drake came out. He was singing, but you actually sing like sang. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I heard you sing, I was like, oh, this boy really can sing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna drop the little R&B vibe. Let's drop the R&B.
Hit him with that one too.
Yeah.
I can tell you need somebody that won't let your body be denied. What it could say to me. Look, so ride with me tonight. I know that you got a situation, but I know you realize you still find your way to me. Don't nobody gotta know. We can take this thing slow tonight, and we know what we came for. It's just me and you. You know that it's true. If it feels right, then do it. Only if it feels right. You can trust me, I won't let you go.
That boy showing out right there now, boy. Hey, I put it on later on tonight.
Come on,
serenade them.
That's that playlist. We know what playlist I'm talking about. That's
yes, sir. Let me light my candles up.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, bro. You know, back in my younger days, you know, when XL was singing, when he was making them tracks, I used to text him like, "Hey, bro, that one did the job last night."
Dog, and that'd be the funniest part, dog. Like when the homies hit me up, like, "Hey, it just went down to one of your songs." I'm like, "Hey, man, well,
appreciate it."
Music, like, and that really be happening. And women be like, "Yeah, my homegirl put me on." I'll be like, "Yeah, makes sense."
Yeah, bro. And then what a lot of people don't know, you're like 6'5", 280 too. So you really XL.
Yeah, you definitely can't. You can tell.
You putting on for us out here.
Wow. Somebody got to put on for the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like people like see me and they anticipate it's gonna be one thing, or they don't even assume music. You know what I mean? But then they hear the music and they like, "Nah, you." I'm like, "See, you played yourself, but nah, keep listening." You know what I mean? So this whole the scholar thing, I'm really, really, truly embracing that. You know what I mean? And I think it works in my favor. It always surprises people, and then they always love the music. So it's like it's a 1-2 punch. You know what I mean?
How did you come up with a name, XL the Scholar?
Oh man, so way back in the days, I was just purely the rap guy up north, East Coast. You know what I'm saying? We battling and all of that stuff. And then my name at that point in time was B Stacks. Didn't really, that wasn't really a transferable sort of thing. And then I was thinking about kind of rebranding, and I was like, yo, but who am I? Like, what represents me? Yes, excel, but not in terms of just my size, but being kind of larger than what people expect me to be. And then the scholar is also a huge part of who I am as well. You know what I'm saying? Everything I'm going to look at with an analytical lens. And then the way I approach music, I'm always studying. I'm always trying to be a scholar of, okay, how did they do that? Okay, did they do a 3-bar thing here and then a 4-bar thing? And why did they switch it up? Like, I'm always trying to learn more and more and more. So that aspect of the scholar is also a huge part of my music. So the thing is, you can hear my influences in the music, but I don't sound like nobody. And that's because I'm doing my homework on how these people are performing these tracks and why they're making different creative decisions. And then I'm like, okay, now how can I tweak this to be more excel? You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's similar to acting when you have to, you're studying other people and you're studying their craft and you're studying, okay, well, why did Denzel make this tonal decision? Why did he decide to make the audience react in this sort of way as opposed to how it was written on the page? I think we got to make those same decisions as artists. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of artists get tied up in reading what you wrote on the paper as opposed to what do you want the fans to feel the minute they hear this. So that when it comes to songs, like if it feels right, and I start with that, I can read your mind. I need her to feel like I'm talking to you directly. Every woman that hears my song, I need you to feel like I'm whispering in your ear. You know what I'm saying? So when you start with something like, girl, let's see your sexy body, you talking to everybody. You know what I mean? Right. If that first line makes her feel like you're talking to her, you got it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Amen. Well, we heard you use conducive earlier, so we know you was you know what I'm saying? We knew that. But yeah, bro, that's dope. My next question was gonna be about your process, and you kind of just went into it then about how you study the game. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna ask you that too, Jizzle. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the process when you go in and you got a beat? Let's say you pick the beat. Do you pick your beat first, or do you have like an idea first?
I pick the beat first, me personally.
So you pick the beat, and then do you just like listen to the beat for a while? Because I like throughout the years, especially when I first started acting, I used to do a lot of security for people, and I've seen different processes. Right. So like, do you like listen to it for a couple of hours, or like do you have an idea about something you want to talk about? How does that happen for you?
I mean, as far as like when I hear the beat originally, bro, I would know within like the first, I would say I want to hit within the first 10 to 20 seconds of, this is how I want to come on it, or this is how I'm feeling it. Because a lot of times with your audience, if you like let the beat drag out with the intro too long, you can lose it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make that when that beat come on and I feel it, like I only got to listen to it 1,000 times, but I listened to it a couple times and I saved it. You know what I'm saying? And that's my process of like going through beats, and then I get a collection of beats that I like. And then once I get the collection of beats that I like, basically then I start the process. Because basically when you hit a beat, it automatically can take you somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's the part of you may come in that thing, you want to, like Excel said, you may want to come on this with a different vibe. You might want to come in and sing when you first hear it. But then you hear it again, you may want to come on this with a different tone, or different vibe, different energy on it. So it can switch if you just hit a beat one time and then try to create. I think that's a tough process for me personally. I don't really feel like you get the organicness of it. You just going off the first thing you hear. But the more you can dissect it and then come back to it, that's my process in a sense of just dissecting the beat and then going.
Same thing for you, XL. Like for example, the first one you did, Fall Through. That beat is so specific. You know what I'm saying? With the sample from the Aaliyah track. Like, did you hear that beat and come up with the song, or like did you have the idea written and then you got? Because OG Parker made that one too.
No, he didn't make that one. He didn't make that
one. Mm-hmm. Okay, so how did that come about? Like, what was your process with like creating that?
So effectively, I listen to the beat first, and then I think about where the beat is trying to lead you to go, and then I think about how I can move contrary to that. Just so it can be a little bit more piercing to the ear. And it's like, wait, hold up, what do you do right there? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when you have Fall Through, and it's kind of lulling you into this smooth little vibe right here, and then I start off da 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 da. So even though the vibe is right here, your ear is doing something else, trying to pick up my cadences. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I do that with a lot of different tracks. Either I'm gonna pick it up with the cadence first, or I'm gonna say something hard and then let it breathe for a second, let you deal with that first line, and then come back in. So I think it's beat first, and then I think about what cadence is going to serve my lyrics the best.
Mm-hmm.
So like for my intro to Ascension, which is my most recent tape, that song is called Waist Beats, right? And it starts off with a little guitar riff, and then the first line is, "You better watch how you speak to me." And then I can't hear you, John.
You say it's called Waist Beats?
It's called Waist Beats.
Oh, you're not playing fair.
John, the Waist Beats, bro.
You're not playing fair, bro.
I'm telling you.
You're not playing fair, bro. Because you know who wear Waist Beats, bro.
Come on.
Exactly.
Exactly. And guess who I got on the hook? You see what I'm saying? You got to be a scholar with this. And so the first line is, "You better watch how you speak to me." And so it's this idea. Hold on now. What are we talking about in terms of relationships and the power that we have, the sexual power in this relationship? And then as we get it popping so easily, I like when you get nasty, because in public, girl, you got to be so classy. So who is it that I'm talking to? These women that have to put on these facades, but then they also want to be raunchy, want to be pleasured and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But there's a way to do it without being vulgar straight out the gate. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I like to do. I like to hear the beat and challenge myself to be like, all right, what do I need you to feel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same thing here, my boy. Same thing here.
Yeah, bro. You're not playing fair, bro.
Nah.
Man.
See, hey, John. See, that's why he got in trouble right there. You know how the old folks say, that boy managed right there.
Hey, it was a misunderstanding, dog. I'm telling you.
That's what he gonna say.
Hey,
I hope she's a fan of the music now, though.
I was just about to say, you know what, Rip? She probably listened to every song. Like, oh, I hate we can't work out.
Daddy. She's mad at Daddy.
Oh,
she mad with Pops, bro. She absolutely mad for sure. So, how many projects do you currently have out on iTunes, Spotify, all of the streaming platforms?
I think I got. I was going hand for quite some time. I think I got like 4 or 5, maybe 6 EPs, and then like 7 or 8 singles. That's out. So there's a lot of XL the Scholar music that's on all streaming platforms, man.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And do not. This is my word. Hold on, let me make myself big on this. I gotta blow myself up. Listen, when you download XL the Scholar, gentlemen, do not listen to these songs in the car with a young lady that you have no plans on going anywhere with, relationship wise. Because
she gonna start looking at your googly eyes.
You're gonna be in trouble, my brother.
You setting yourself up for failure.
I may need to start putting a warning, like, hey, if you don't need it, don't play it.
Don't play it.
I tell people all the time, man, when you turn on a good R&B track, if it's not expressing what you want to say to a woman, it ain't a good song. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, in the way you're feeling, you should be able to find a song for any way that you're feeling. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like me and you vibe so well that a lot of stuff you say in your songs, I'm like, man, I would have said that.
Yeah.
Let me play this song. You know what I'm saying? Let me text this song to her.
Oh yeah, so and that's what people be doing too. They be like just sending it, and it's exactly how they feel. But that means I did my job, though. You know what I'm saying? If the ladies can feel it, and if the fellas can feel like, damn, that's exactly what I would have said, then I'm doing what I'm supposed to.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So another thing I wanted to touch on for both of y'all is, XL, I know a lot of times I see you speak about it or you'll mention it on Twitter, is just the idea of staying level mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like mental health in general, and how important that is for you. Is the music something you use in that regard, you know, to kind of, you know, as a form of therapy? You know what I'm saying? For me, I might use cycling, you know what I'm saying, as therapy. I use, of course, acting, You know, I go into a scene, I may be feeling a certain type of way, and it'll be the best scene I ever did. You know, Representative, he does yoga, it's therapy. Jizzle, you know what I'm saying? Is the music for both of you guys something that you consider a form of therapy?
Go ahead, Excel, you got it.
Yeah. What I say frequently is that it's the music is just an open diary. And I'm writing all of these stories. I'm writing all these experiences because that's what I felt. That's what I've experienced. You know what I'm saying? I think one of the biggest therapeutic parts of it is other people that are connecting with it. And it's effectively telling me like, yo, you're not alone in the way you were feeling in that situation. You're not alone in feeling angry. And I feel like when you're telling an authentic story, we know that love or R&B, well, just love within itself isn't always the good stuff and isn't always the super negative stuff. Sometimes you just hurt. Sometimes she just straight up hurt you. And you can't say, man, I'm going to go hang with you just got to be sitting there hurt. And I think that when I tell those parts of the story as well, like other people will be like, yo, I've been there. This one time, this girl X, Y, and Z, and it's therapeutic just to know that you're not alone. But also when you're doing anything creative, you have to be careful with your mental health because in the world that we live in, we think we see everybody else's life, but they're only showing the successes. So you have to be careful with how you're looking at things because if you let it, your internal mind will start to say, hey, why don't we have that yet? Or why didn't we get this role? Or why is this person getting placements and I'm not? You know what I'm saying? So you have to be very, very careful, especially within this industry with how you treat yourself and your mental health. So I'm a big advocate of however you want to do mental health, however you want to level yourself out, then run it. If it is getting some extra exercise, if it is yoga, if it is going to see a therapist, if it is going to church, whatever it is, I think it's imperative that you get it done because we're too precious at this point. You know what I'm saying? All of the athletes that are now putting it forward, like I forget the tennis player's name, Naomi Osaka, is that her name?
Yeah. Well, you good for that, boy.
Who's like, yo, I'm chilling. My mental health ain't where it needs to be. Y'all go ahead. You know what I'm saying? And that's huge. So I think it's a really big thing.
Yes, sir. And piggyback off of that, I can say the same thing to everything you just said, bro. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of times as artists, you can get into your own head and you can reach certain points of, a mind block, you know what I'm saying? Creative block, your space block. So you got to learn to deal with, your mental health, how to, keep trying to push through at the same time, but you just can't let it get you down in a sense, in the dumps, to the point that you can't really focus on what you're trying to get accomplished. So like bro said, whatever it is to take your mind off of it or, you know what I'm saying, whatever it may be, just choose your, whatever helps you be therapeutic in your own mindset is, I'm always telling people that because what worked for me may not work for you and what worked for you may not work for me. So it's like finding where it works for you and then just capitalizing on that to try to get you out of that block or that space that you're in at the time.
For sure.
Yes, sir. That's something that we gotta, keep pushing, man. Because it's in the last recent, I would say probably 2 or 3 years, it's becoming like a thing it's okay for us to talk about mental health as Black men. So that wasn't always a safe space for us. And I think it's important that we all continue to push it because we all have influence. And, people listen to what we say.
Yeah.
And so we got to be careful with that, and not only careful with that, we got to direct it in certain ways, and that's one of the things that we got to continue to push because it's important. The mental ain't right, nothing else will be right.
You got to put that pride to the side, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times. You got to pick that phone up, call your dog sometimes. Like sometimes just a phone call, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? Well, what's going on with you? And a lot of times that can be a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So speaking of mental, we're going to transition a little bit. Speaking of mental health right now, I can imagine this brother's mental health ain't the best right now. Our good brother CP3, man. I thought they was gonna put it off, bro, but the Greek Freak is exactly that. Exactly that.
50 P. Hey, when he went to 50 P chicken, I said, man, That man don't even know how to say me nigga.
Bro, who y'all was pulling for, bro? I was pulling for CP3.
I mean,
I won too just because of that.
Yeah,
just
he
because
won.
of that particular thing, not necessarily what team I like, because I don't like either team, right? It's just about, man, he's 36. He don't win this time. Because the Suns not that good, right? They ain't gonna beat the Lakers, the Clippers, and all them people over again.
Go to State. Next year when everybody healthy, it's gonna be a tough path. Even for Milwaukee, it's gonna be tougher next year when Brooklyn is healthy.
But that's the only team that got to get over though. They just got to get over to Brooklyn. I mean,
as of now.
Yeah.
With the all season, you don't know what's gonna happen now.
Yeah.
I was hoping for the Suns. I was a little upset because Atlanta. We were supposed to beat the Bucks, man. We were supposed to. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, man, how excited would it have been for the city if we would have got there? But you know, it is. And for CP3, it's rough, man. I don't know what to say about that one, man.
Yeah. I feel he battled a lot of injuries though, bro. I feel like he would hurt. I feel like since that Lakers series, he ain't been right. You can tell he went right. Something with his shot. Something ain't right.
I didn't see the dog in their eyes, man.
Nah, something wrong with him.
Let's buckle down out of the Suns. I didn't see it, you know?
Nah, they ain't have it, bro.
I seen it in Greek Freak eyes. I said that boy willing to die the other night.
For real. That's why I started. I really would put out like they ain't gonna stop. I said he got to get 50. I said he might get 50.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Then if Middleton going in,
it's over.
And it's over.
And Holiday, it's really over.
Yeah, Holiday,
it's really over.
It's over.
If you get 18 from Holiday and then Middleton go for 25, you lost.
It's over. Giannis gonna get you 35. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get you 35, bro.
For sure.
That was serious, man. Shout out to that boy though, doing the hard way though, man.
Maybe he'll go to a team that's a contender now and just get him a ring.
He got to be the third best player. He got to be.
Yeah.
He got to be, bro.
Definitely got to be third best for sure. In order for it to work.
Yeah.
Man. So, I know what I want to touch on. The NIL. Y'all been
shout out Bryce. That boy Bryce Young about to sign $1 million, eh?
Man, listen. Man, listen, bro. It's a game changer, bro. It's a game. I've been reading up on it, and initially it was gonna be lopsided because only 7 states agreed to it. Only 7 states did their NIL regulations, but the NCAA they pulled back and they just said everybody can participate before y'all get y'all regulations in order. So now every state is doing it.
Yeah,
and man, every other day I'm seeing another player sign for $500,000 here, 200,000 here, and it's bro.
You talking about the players and the endorsements now?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know what that's gonna do to the game, man. I don't know
what
that's
gonna
change
do
to the game.
It's gonna change it.
Because you got to think about it, yo. Think about yourself at 18, 19. Now with Mills, I don't know if we're setting our young folks up for success with that. And I think that there's going to be a huge disparity with bigger schools versus smaller schools. There's going to be a huge disparity within
the quarterback and the offensive. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree with that. You know why I disagree? Because it's a rule that the school can't do anything with the players. It's all third party, right?
Okay.
And the video that I have is an example of that. I'm gonna play it for you.
You know, you got it.
And then you're gonna be like, oh, okay, all right.
Take a look.
Take a look.
College athletes can capitalize off their name, image, and likeness.
Yeah.
And bro, you guys already secured the bag.
Yeah.
$2.5 million.
Yeah. Well, $2 million. $2 million. The other deal didn't go through, but it was $2 million deal, and it's incredible. This is going to change the way college athletes want to stay in school. So this is a 4-year deal. But I'm proud of my son going to HBCU.
Oh yeah.
And this is like playing in the pros now.
Right. I mean, because look, today's official. You could sign the paper today, right? Did you guys do it?
I signed a deal with American App Technology Company. So, like my dad said, that's a blessing. Signed a deal between Athlete Wallet with Donald Hogan and Jabari Morgan.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a blessing, you know.
How does it feel to be a millionaire?
It feels good. It feels
That's
good.
crazy.
Yeah.
This is
19 years old.
This is crazy.
But you know what? He works so hard.
Today's
That's crazy.
So I don't know the stipulation. So what they have to stay in all 4?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
To get it?
I got contracts. Mute.
You on mute. You mute, Jock. It might be year by year, like a contract.
Yeah, so a lot of the third party companies, a lot of their deals are for over 4 years. So the players have to stay. They're doing that to like make them stay in college and graduate. Or some of them have like there's different stuff in each one that I've seen.
Yeah,
everyone I see, I'll read in it and see what the company is saying. Some of them do like 1 year deals. Some of them do 3 year. You know, but I say that to say because now if third party companies from these other schools, I mean not other schools, these other cities,
right?
Players can go to a small school because his deal, Hersey Miller, who was going to Tennessee State to play basketball, who could have went to a D1 school, his $2.5 million, 2 point whatever it ended up being, is more than the athletic department made last year at Tennessee State. You know what I'm saying? So you got guys that'll make decisions now just based on what third party company can come in and benefit them, and they ain't got to go to a big school no more because they got $2 million. They can go to Tennessee State. You know what I'm saying? So the schools can't get involved. The only regulation for the school I saw is the schools can't get involved. Like you can't pay a player to like come to your school. Of course you can like. There's gonna be some navigating going on. Like I get you a deal with AutoZone when you come here. So, you know, it's gonna be some of that. But the good part of it all is the stipulations that they have with like graduating some of the companies. And like he had a deal with a tech company because he wants to be like an engineer. So I think that's big, you know what I'm saying? Because he don't got to try to go get a bag from a USC now. He can go to Tennessee State, you know. But I think it'll be some negative, I think, too, as well, because you know some players gonna get the bag and they're gonna get lazy, of course.
Hey, but some of them boys are actually dividing, like the ones that's real big, they're gonna get money regardless. They're dividing it up with their teammates. Yeah. So even when they do the deal, it's like, okay, I may get 100,000 from this or 500,000. I'm just gonna split it between my teammates and get them the bag on this part, and I come back and cycle back and get my bag on the other end. So you know, it just depends.
DJ Ugalele, the quarterback at Clemson this upcoming year, he did it today. He signed a deal with Bojangles. And in order for him to sign, they had to bring in the offensive line. So all the offensive line got NIL deals too. Yeah. And a certain percentage of the NIL deal had to go to like a charity. So now you got players who would normally be broke who are like helping charities and you know what I'm saying? I just think it's a lot of good that can come from it. Of course we know the bad. You know, But I think just the scheduling of college athletes and how demanding the schedule is, you know, it'll be a little tougher for them to get in too much trouble, but it's still there. You know, the opportunity is still there, especially if you're at Georgia State.
I think that now the schools have to do now even more of a better job of training athletes on financial stability. The same way when you go to the league. You have people that are telling you, all right, here's how to navigate all of this money that you have or are about to have. You know what I'm saying? You got to have those same classes because we know these guys. You know what I'm saying? Even you know guys when we were playing. You know, they was taking the grants into this money into that money, spending it all. Now you rolled your ankle. Now guess who's back at the crib? You know what I'm saying? So we need to teach financial literacy because it's especially going to impact us. I'm not too worried about the white kids in this scenario because
they're good.
You've been learning financial literacy. Y'all gonna put this money in XYZ and make it shake. I feel like for us, we need to say, hey, this isn't for you to go help the whole hood. You know what I'm saying? Help yourself, help your family, and put yourself in a position. Put everybody in a position to continue to make money for themselves. This isn't we just won the game. Let's go make it rain at blah blah blah, which may happen.
Well, it's going to happen.
It's going to be some rain.
It's definitely going to be a lot of thunderstorms.
There's going to be some raining going on. However, you got to understand how this is going to look, how this is going to impact you on the back end. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's going to be some disparity in that regard when it comes to the bigger and the smaller schools because the bigger schools are offering that. You know, your Clemson, your Alabamas, your Auburns, they're offering those classes now, but the smaller schools are not. So you have guys who may not be as sharp as a Hersey Miller, you know, in the regard of what to do, who's been around a multi-millionaire his whole life. You know what I'm saying? Who can teach him financial literacy. Some of those guys are gonna lack, you know. So I definitely
they can start in high school, because I'm about to bring a bill that's gonna require financial literacy as a part of you exiting basically high school, right? And so making that basically that's a mandatory, but making it a part of your graduation package that you go through some kind of financial literacy course.
Hold on, bro. I heard you, but repeat that, bro. You about to do what?
So you know, I'm a lawmaker, can bring a bill, right? I can bring a bill, right? And so the bill could basically just say that financial literacy has to be a part of the curriculum in order for you to graduate. So you basically make it a requirement to take a financial literacy course, just like you take math, English, all those things. You would just cap it off your senior year with, you know, financial literacy. And so
bro, that's a game changer, bro.
Now the one thing about Alabama, they don't like mandates or requirements, so that's going to be a challenge. But I've been talking to some people, and everyone is on board that this need to happen. It's all about the language, because you got to finesse the language sometimes, right? If somebody say you got to do something, then you don't want to do it, right? Somebody say, I think it's a good idea for you to do this, and these are the things that we're going to put in place. Then you're going to be like, oh, man, okay, you trying to help me out. You're not trying to tell me what to do. And so that's kind of like how politics is in Alabama. If you say you got to do this, nobody wants to do it, right? But if you kind of nudge a person, or you kind of make it seem like it's a choice, a lot of times it gets upset. Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, all of you remember college football, you know what I'm saying? With all of the compliance meetings we got to go to, and all of this extra stuff that we got to learn about. Yo, if they do the same thing with financial literacy, I think that will be better. But we got to take it super duper serious. This ain't no like stuff just so we can check boxes and say that did all the football players go to the compliance meeting? Yep. Nah. We really got to sit down and talk about this, Brad. Because if this much money is going to be flowing through the locker room, we need to these individuals know what to do with it.
Straight up.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, a lot of money flowing through.
Representative Gray, I'm behind you 100% on that one.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah.
That's one of the things when I got to college, like I realized I lacked a lot when I would look at my white teammates. I would look at my teammates who were raised well. The only thing I knew how to do was write a check, because I had to go pay my mom bills for while she was at work. But, you know what I'm saying? As far as like understanding money, that was like foreign to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if it's something that you're, you know,
taught
not made to do, like he said, but that's something that, you know, they're given in high school, and they go to college with that knowledge already, and then you hit across the head again with it in the compliance meetings.
So you
know, you're going into the situation a little better, because you know, a lot of the cats that's getting it right now are sophomore, juniors, and they're a little bit further along the game mentally. But you know, a year from now, it's going to be some 17, 18-year-olds getting this bag. So
them top recruits come in.
You got to get on it ahead of time. So yeah, we'll see. But
that is life.
I just wish I could have got me a bag. I could have, because I was the man off the field. I knew everybody. So I would have been a millionaire, like easy.
Right, you know?
Now. I would have had a Zaxby deal, Bojangles deal,
Wendy's.
I would have been on the commercial.
Now what? I would have been the man. So yeah, bro, it's it'll be some positive and of course some negative, but hopefully more positive than negative that's coming out of it. All right. So we got to the section of put it up. Let me put it out. Step up to the podium. It's time for you to step up to the podium, Mr. XL.
The scholar.
This portion of the podcast, what we do is we put you on the podium. You up there. You might not know it, but it's there.
Yeah, you stand on it.
We ask you a series of questions. You give us, I ain't gonna say the first, but you got about 5 seconds to think about it. You can't think about it too long, but
okay.
You ready?
How many questions is it? You said a series. I don't know.
We got to know how many questions here.
7 questions.
7 questions. All right, that's a good number.
All right. So let's put him on the podium. That is a good number.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. First question.
Uh-huh.
Since you're great at both R&B and hip hop,
yep.
If you could only choose one to get a Grammy for, which would it be?
It would be R&B, because this songwriting thing goes for a long time. And if I could songwrite for as many different people as possible, I can make this money stretch. That's financial literacy.
And you'll be NIL scholar.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2.
Let's do it.
If there was only, you can only choose one now.
Okay.
If there was only one celebrity you want to see this interview and become a fan of XL the Scholar as an artist or XL the Scholar as a person, who would that one person be?
Okay.
And why?
One person. I would want probably Drizzy Drake to see it. Be a fan of XL the Scholar as an artist, because I think he'll see the versatility and the fact that you could plug me in anywhere and I'm ready to go, kind of similar to what he had going on, just a little bit different. And I think he knows that I'd be ready to take the blueprint and run with it.
Absolutely.
But XL the person, can I give you 2 answers?
Yeah. Who okay. XL the person?
But XL the person, Amaretta the Great. Why? Because she is probably my celebrity crush rapper, whatever you want to call it. She's a super dope rapper. She is as chocolate as she wants to be. And you need to see me, Amaretta.
Listen, bro. I knew you were gonna say that, bro. That's why I let you get 2 answers, bro. Have your tweets are about Amaretta Great.
I'm okay with that.
It sounds comfortable in my skin.
All right. Question number 3.
Yep.
What's your favorite fraternity?
You get that boy a wristband, what?
That's a trick question.
I had the best one.
I had to let the people know. What it is.
Okay, I like that.
I had the best with you. All right.
Yeah.
Question 4.
Yeah.
3 producers that you're looking forward to working with.
3 producers that I'm looking forward to working with. Dre got juice. He has a hit song with Drake. OG Parker, I love when I get to work with him. And Snoop, aka D Sheets. He's been doing numbers out here in Atlanta, and I feel like we'll be a wild combination.
Bet.
Yeah.
All right. Question 5. You got 1 sentence. I'll give you 2 sentences. Okay. 2 sentences to sum this up. Where is and who is XL in 2031?
Where is and who is XL in 2031? In 2031, XL the Scholar is the Grammy-winning singer and songwriter responsible for some of the hits that you love and know. In addition to being one of the biggest names in, hot sauce. That's my side hustle.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Question 6. Favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Favorite Thanksgiving dish got to be, I think it's the mac and cheese. My sister makes it mean. She starts like 2 days prior, and it is busting every time. My stomach don't agree sometimes, but I'll sacrifice my stomach for the greater good.
Yeah, so she making that thing from scratch, ain't she, bro?
From scratch, man.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right. So the fellas know the last question. It's my favorite question I ever been asked. My favorite question to ask people. You can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with 3 different people. They can be deceased or alive. Who would those 3 people be and why?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner with 3 different people. They can be deceased.
Yeah, so you got breakfast with one person, you got lunch with one person, you got dinner with another person. Who would those 3 different people be and why?
I know one of them gonna be.
I don't know. I think breakfast is going to be. That's funny. I think breakfast is going to be with Paul Robeson because he's one of my biggest inspirations. Because he was the guy that said, "Yo, why can't I be an actor, singer, activist, and whatever else they need me to be, and also be an advocate for my people?" So I try to emulate myself off of him a lot. Lunch would be Lunch would probably be with Hove. I know that people say this all the time, but I really, really would like to pick his brain on the systematic way that you stay relevant for so long, and how you continue to sharpen and hone your skills in a continually shifting platform or world like hip hop. And then
good answer.
Yeah, and then dinner. Dinner's probably again with Amaretta, because I'd like to show her a nice night on the town. I might even cook. I might make it. I might make some Amaretta the Great. Yeah.
You gotta do that, bro. You selling out. You gotta cook that, bro.
I gotta
you gotta cook that. Hey.
So what are you gonna cook for?
Woo.
Big boy about to put down that kitchen.
Crazy. That's crazy. Okay. What am I going to cook for her? I'll probably keep it simple. I'll probably make some Q chicken. It's a simple meal. However, it's the way to the heart. It's the way to the heart.
Q chicken. I've had some of that Q chicken before.
Yeah, I know it.
All right, bro. Those are good answers.
Yeah.
You act
I like that. I like the podium thing. I'm on the,
Yeah, you act like you wasn't gonna know the answers, but you was ready. All right. So at this part of the podcast, we do a gem of elevation, and it's usually something that I've read or I've heard over the week, or it's related to the guest. So when I was thinking about the gem of the day today, I thought about you and how talented you are. You know what I'm saying? You were extremely talented in sports, clearly. You're talented as a speaker, clearly. You're talented as a singer, an R&B artist, and you're talented as a hip-hop artist. You know what I'm saying? And amongst other things that the world probably doesn't even know. So as a nod to you and just everybody who's watching, I think a lot of times when it comes to talent, we feel like we're limited to doing one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's a poet, they feel like they can only do poetry, when you could be a ghostwriter for somebody who's doing a song or whatever the case may be. If you feel like you're a photographer, you feel like you got to do that one thing, and that's clearly not the case. And all three of us fall under that category as well. You know, Brother Gutter, you know what I'm saying, a representative.
Okay.
Got 100 points in track every time we did a track meet. You know what I'm saying? So,
I know Jamie gonna give me 40. You know
I know he's gonna give me 42 points. So, you know, he's a track star, basketball star, baseball, football. Then he went on, you know, to now be a politician and a man of the people. So like our talents are, you know, deep. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Brother Jizzle, same with sports, you know, one of the most talented athletes I've seen. And also, you know what I'm saying, a man who's like a marketing genius, got awards for marketing. And now he's, you know, doing his thing with the rock star hip hop. You know, me, you know, I did sports. You know, I have a gift of gab when it comes to talking to people and, you know, just loving on people. And also as an actor, a writer, producer. So, you know, I feel like this was right for this group of people, you know, this quote. So this is a quote right here, right? According to this law, the law is called Dharma. You have a unique talent or talents and a unique way of expressing them. There's something that you can do better than anyone else in the world. And for every unique talent and unique expression of that talent, there's also unique needs. When these needs are matched with the creative expression of your talent, that is a spark that creates affluence. Expressing your talents to fulfill the needs creates unlimited wealth and abundance. Deepak Chopra said that. So I think that just kind of sums it up, man. Like when you apply every talent and it matches up when there's a need for that talent, and you know you're putting in the right amount of effort for that talent, you know the amount of abundance that you'll receive from that, the wealth it comes. It just, you know, it's just the law of nature. So yeah, I just a word to everybody else. You know, that's a word to us for. You know, you can never get too many reminders. You know, just to keep using all of our talents, never sell yourself short. And yeah, brother, that's the gem of elevation.
That's everyone right there, number boy.
Yeah, bro. So man, listen, XL, man, we appreciate you.
Most deaf, bro. Most deaf, bro.
You know, you EYG family for life, bro. You've been representing, pushing EYG. You didn't even know these brothers. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Just off the strength of me. And you know, I feel like you understand that the EYG is a lifestyle, you know, elevating your grind and everything that you do. And you're a testament of that. So, you know, that's why we brought you to the podcast, man. And we want the world, want to use our platform, the people that we know and the outside world to come in. We wishing you abundance, wishing you success. Jizzle, same for you, you know, on the platform that you've created and you're continuing to grow, you know, with your artistry. And Brother Gray, that time coming up. I got my shirt on. You know what I'm saying? That time is coming up.
That's that good quality too. Now that's that good quality.
Y'all, I already got the tagline. It ain't be the change. It's moving from promise to prosperity. That's it.
Moving from promise to prosperity. That's what we're doing.
Moving forward.
Moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Got to switch it up on you folks, man.
That's what we're doing, bro. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, man. So yeah, bro. Wishing y'all love, man. I'm praying for y'all brothers. Do the same for me, man. I just started pitching one of my TV shows that I wrote during COVID. And I had a meeting with a producer on my birthday last week. I didn't tell anybody. I just wanted to do it and see how it went. It went phenomenal. I got a follow-up meeting with him and his producing partners on August 9th. So, man, be sending them up, bro. You know, when this deal get done, you know, I'll build NIL.
Representative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Name, image, and likeness, my brother. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah, man, it's all up from here, bro. Yeah. So, yeah, man, I love y'all brothers, man. Appreciate y'all. Catch y'all next time.
All right,
Representative Gray, you want to take us out?
Yeah, until next time, stay elevated, my brothers and friends and neighbors.
Universe. All right, Excel, link up, brother.
Yeah, you know that.
All right,
fellas.